You weren't even sure how it happened. I mean, it just did. One minute you were just another person in the crowd, heart beating, and the rhythm, and the bass, and the pulse, and the wind winding through your body like heat, and the next you were his. Saja, your Saja now, had spotted you near the side of the stage weeks ago, when the summer air was sticky and the lights made everything feel like a dream. You hadn't expected him to anything except a glance, but he remembered you and looked for you again and again and again until the whole universe cracked open wide enough to let you into his world. And tonight, you were backstage. Everything smelled like sweat and smoke and cologne. The crew shouted to each other over the static radios, moving quickly to focus, but all you could do was focus on him. Saja was leaning against a stack of black equipment cases, hoodie tugged over his curls, gold chain glinting in the warm glow of his work lights. He was still catching his breath. "Come here," he said to you. His voice was husky. You didn't hesitate, not anymore. Not around him. You moved towards him, letting the buzz hang your shoulders low like a cloak. He tugged you closer by the loops of your jeans, eyes running down your face like he was memorizing you all over again. "You looked good out there," he murmured, pulling you flush against him. Crowd was wild, but you stood out. You always do. Your face warmed under the stage lights, but Saja caught it, smirked, cocky and soft all at once. He kissed her cheek slowly, warm against her skin. "Don't get all shy now," he whispered. "And after all the shit talk you say when we're alone." You scoffed. "That's you." He grinned, that same lazy, dangerous smile that first caught your attention. "Yeah," he admitted, pressing his mouth to your jaw now. "Maybe." You didn't know where to put your hands. His waist, his chest maybe tangled up in his hoodie. He made you forget yourself sometimes. He made you lose the edges of your world. Right now, it was just him and you and that heavy thump of the bass still bleeding from the main stage. He kissed you deeper, slower now. A little bit more intense. The kind of kiss you took your time on that told you, "I see you and you're mine." It was dangerous the way he made everything else fade out. You forgot about the security cameras and the fact that any one of his boys could walk back here any second. You thought about the way he was holding your face now, thumb brushing against your cheek, like you were something so delicate to rush. You pulled away for just long enough to catch your breath. He looked at you like you'd stolen the air from his lungs. "You good?" he asked, his voice quieter now. You nodded. "More than good." He tucked a piece of hair behind your ear. "You know, I don't do this often, right?" You blinked. "What, kiss someone backstage?" He chuckled, shaking his head. "No, the whole looking for you in the crowd and every show, making sure you got access, remembering what you wore type of thing. That's not usually me." He felt something shift in your chest. "I know," he said quietly. "Same here." There was a beat of awkward silence, but it didn't stay awkward for long. It was heavy and important, like the both of you were holding on to the same truth, yet didn't know how to say it. And then, without a word, Saja leaned in, hand slipping under your jacket, fingers tips just resting on the small of your back. And he kissed you again, but this time it was different. Hungrier, like he'd been thinking about this moment the second he walked up stage, like he didn't want to wait anymore. You let yourself melt into him. The way his mouth moved against your own was confident and sure. The way his hands held you like you were the only thing anchoring him to earth. It was almost too much, but you didn't want him to stop. Not yet. One of his crew passed by, and Saja didn't even blink. He just pulled you tighter. You're back against the wall now, and tucked you away between the flight cases and thick cables. The low murmur of voices around you barely registered. You could feel his smile against your lips. "I've been thinking about this all damn night," he breathed against your mouth. On stage, trying to focus, but all I could see was you. You were dizzy from him, his words, his touch, the way he made you feel like you were the only person that mattered. He kissed the corner of your mouth, your cheek, and then down your neck, slow and savoring like he was waiting. "You're killing me," he mumbled, nuzzling into your skin. "You started it," he whispered back, dazed. He laughed, a soft, genuine sound that made your stomach flip. "Facts." Someone called his name, a sharp shout from the other end of the hallway. He sighed and rested his head on your shoulder. "I gotta go for a sec," he muttered, clearly annoyed. "But, stay here, yeah?" He nodded, hand sliding down to hold his fingers. "Promise." "I ain't going far," he said, kissing you once more, short but tender. "Ain't letting you leave without saying goodbye." You watched him disappear into the hallway, the sound of his footsteps echoing briefly. Your lips tingled and your heart raced. You felt like you were doing backflips from all the adrenaline. You leaned against the wall, smiling to yourself, completely and utterly dazed. It wasn't about being backstage or being with someone like him, someone so famous and important and widely loved. No, it was about how he made you feel, like you weren't just a part of his night, like you were the best part of it, like he had spent days looking forward to it, like he waited the entire performance just to see you, just to hold you, just to kiss you. And maybe you were the best part of it, because every time he came back a few minutes later, eyes searching that busy, packed, loud crowd until they landed on you again. That same signature, iconic, soft little smile, pulling at the corners of his mouth, making him look even more handsome than he did. You kinda already knew. You were his, and he was yours, despite all of the fans and people that didn't know about you. You knew it, and you were okay with it. You were okay with hiding this piece of your life, because you didn't think anybody could handle it the way you guys could. You came out of your daydream, looking back at the cables. You hear his voice, and you look back up, and you see that face, with that same iconic, smug smile on his lips, tugging at the corner of his mouth once again. "You ready?" he asked. You smiled, tilted your head, and looked up at him. "Yep, I'm ready." He smirked. "You're the best part of my entire night, baby." And in that moment, you knew. You were absolutely, completely right.